Yeah.
Alright, y'all. So we out to LA. About to have a great time. Hopefully, shit's popping.
It's Missy. We about to pour it.
And we see that's the way.
Beach. Supposed to be popping.
We out here, we outside!
So, alright, go.
So this was like 2019, and I think this was when I was like trying to figure out what I was doing or whatever. I think I had a new job. I did have a new job as a graphic designer. My first job as a designer, and I just didn't know, what was next. And yeah, so I was walking to Port Authority for lunch, and this girl kind of bumped into me, and she was just like, I forgot what she asked me, to be honest. And I was like, but she seems like my age, and I was just like, all right, let me hear what you have to say. Until she explained herself, and I was like, I really don't know much about, the Bible, but I did want to learn. Like, I have been wanting to go to church, but my parents have never been like strict about it, so, and they don't really want to go, so I didn't really have anyone to go with me, so I didn't go.
Oh, sorry guys, I didn't
No, it's cool, it's cool. Okay. Where did I leave off?
Church.
You were interested in the Bible or church, but
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. So she was just like, our church is actually located like a few blocks from here. So if you want, maybe you can come after work and just like, see how it is and whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. And I didn't end up going after work. I don't remember why. I think I was just tired and I didn't really feel like it. And I just went home. But she didn't text me or anything, so... I think it was like not Christmas, sorry. Like around Halloween. So then I went home, and then that was that. And then maybe like 2 days later, she texted me again, and she was just like, hey, did you want to come after work today? And I was like, okay, sure. So I did. And it was fine, but she like asked me if I wanted to get baptized, like then and there.
Damn.
I was like, no.
That was quick.
And she was like, why? And I'm like, because like,
why?
she was like, I was like, because this is my first time and I don't really know you, and like I'm just kind of getting into it. And she's like, but the Bible says that the Bible says that you don't know when you're gonna die, basically. So you can die like as you're leaving the office. You can die as you're just like, as you're speaking, like some not Final Destination, 1,000 Ways to Die type shit. Really though?
We're listening.
you were supposed to get baptized. You said no.
Yeah.
And so then she kind of just dropped it. I was just like, that's so weird. And I was going home. I think she ended up going home with me.
What?
Meaning, like, I think we ended up walking to Grand Central together, because we both had to go there anyway. And I think we were going to the train, like the same train station. She went to the like Metro North way because she lived by New Windsor, and I obviously lived in the Bronx. But yeah.
So how did you start?
You still ain't tell us how you got to the church.
I was giving my first impression of the church. But yeah, so it's like a Korean. So basically, like they, like how there are different types of disciplines for the church.
Yeah,
it's non-denominational.
Okay.
It doesn't conform to any of these denominations because it feels like all these denominations leave out certain things or want to include only this batch or whatever, and they follow the Bible to the strictest. Well, not strict, but to exactly what he's saying. So basically, like, they don't believe in interpreting. Like, you're supposed to read the Bible for what it is, but I'm like, what does that even mean? He speaks in parables. What am I leaving out? Oh yeah, so like, you know, so I finally went to service. They have like it's held at like 3 different times on Saturday, because Saturday is the 7th day of the week, not Sunday. So that's when you observe Sabbath.
It sounds like your religion.
It is a 7-day event. Well, it's not 7-day Adventist, but they follow the Bible to the T.
Okay.
So.
And you wear veils in church.
Gross.
And I was just like, I gotta spend $10 on this.
Wait, they didn't provide it for you?
Small
Well,
price to
the girl.
Kenya,
I gotta ask. No, wait until she's done. Before you ask all the questions.
how long was
No,
the
you have to
transition
ask.
from you to like?
I mean, it was 3. I was in it for 3 months.
Oh, that's pretty short.
Okay, continue.
And they were basically just like, they would ask me every single time I was there, like, are you gonna get baptized? Or they would like drop it for maybe like 2 days, and I was just like, ugh. They're like, you're making it a big deal. But anyway, so I'm fast forwarding to December 1st, which was their kimchi festival, I think. And so obviously again, like, it's Korean. Oh, I didn't get to that part. So I'm backtracking a little bit. With this Korean guide, they feel like he was the only one to, I said he was the only one to like follow the Bible to the T. And so his name was Father An Sang-ho. And so that's their God. And so then they also have a prayer that they all say in Korean.
So you had to learn that?
No, I didn't get to learn it. I wasn't trying to learn it. I mean, they never pressured me about it. I felt like that was gonna come like later on, and
Jesus,
possibly
like,
after.
How did you know it was a fraud? What made you though? What made you think it was a cult?
Oh, that's a great point. Okay, so there was a guy that I met I was kind of talking to on Hinge, and he was in a non-denominational church, and for some reason, we were starting to like, ask each other questions or whatever, and I decided to look up his church. And I was like, oh, why didn't I ever decide to look up, my church? And so I looked it up, and it said, the first thing that popped up was something about how I joined a cult, or how I escaped a cult.
2 miles. Take exit 3B to merge onto I-4.
Or how I escaped the
Los Angeles
cult.
International Airport.
Wow.
Yeah, so I watched the whole video, and I felt like I identified with everything that girl was saying. And then I was like, wow. And then I think like 2 days after my birthday, I like left.
Did you confront them?
One of them, yes. And she was just,
What happened? Why did you confront her?
oh, because she was basically asking why I wasn't returning to the church.
Oh.
She saw a video about it being a cult,
Oh, okay.
and she identified it with that person that was talking about being a cult.
Got it.
Like, it just never felt right. And I was just waiting for that moment. I ended up getting baptized on December 1st. Oh yeah, I was at,
Wait, you got baptized then?
Yes. So in listen.
You are an official member again.
So they have people baptized like all the time, and like I knew. So December 1st, there was like not a snowstorm, but like that's when it was starting to snow. It was like one of the biggest days for 2019. And I was coming from New Windsor, and I knew that the only way to get to New Windsor basically was to drive with them, because the Metro North runs like once every
Hour.
like, yeah, not often at all.
Sometimes on the weekends, 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It was a weekend. I was like, oh my god. So I ended up riding with them, and I felt like I was kind of trapped.
So you said, fuck it, I'm getting baptized?
Yeah.
They baptized you on the
And
ride.
they were like, honestly, like, what's stopping you right now? And I'm like, I really don't want to get my hair wet. And she was like, I knew it. So, we have like a hairstylist here. Like, she can pull your hair out. I'm like, thank you, because, I just want to make sure that my hair is dry for when I go home, especially because it's so cold out. So it ended up being this whole big production. They had like the choir there. Normally it's like intimate. It's probably like maybe 3 people, and that's it. But I had mad people for mine. I didn't have the video, I don't think.
You should find that, though.
You gotta get the video. You gotta send it to your kids one day and just be like, I was in the cult. You gotta tag it off of your bucket list. Join the cult. You did it. It's amazing.
No.
Did you
I
pay
mean, it was
anything?
interesting. No, I didn't.
Okay, cool.
I didn't spend any money.
So what did she say when you confronted her?
Nothing of importance.
She said like, damn, I wasn't a cult. I think this is a cult too.
No, I mean, so the thing is, she's not like it's either you live with like your family, you live by yourself, or you live with other members of the church. She lives with they when I was there, I didn't know her though. She didn't know me either, and we only have one mutual friend, which is Eric, the one that I met yesterday. So I was like, I felt like she was my age, and we were kind of identifying with things, and then I just really felt like she was crazy. Like to believe in this.
Is that the end of the story?
Yeah, really.
Wow, you joined the cult. Did they nickname you like Kenya-san or something like that?
Oh, yours turned off.
They didn't nickname me?
Yeah,
No.
like I give you a Korean name.
No.
Alright, well, that was Kenya's story, y'all. It's okay.